Okay, people. Okay. So, reference. This is approximately where I've triangulated where the TikTok lady was filming. I used that off of the gate. The gate has a C in it. Also used it off when considering she did not crop the video and loading it on TikTok. Every time, wherever she is zooming in or zooming out, is always the center of the camera. So if I were to turn, right now the center of the camera to you might be here. If I were to rotate this, now the center is here. Let's do that again. Now the center is here. So as she goes in and out, zooms in and out, the center is always changing. So I have to consider that each time. Each one of my screen captures then will have a new center line that I have to base things on. I basically came out with a screen capture and came out with this is roughly the location based on this being the curbing. So if I get something wrong here, you guys can catch it. It says driveway to street, curbing. Interesting, there was a gatehouse here at one time. It says full security gate right there. It says roll up grill. Sorry guys, my LASIK, my eyes are really blurred today. So anyway, roll up door security gate. Yeah, my vision really sucks today. It's LASIKs don't ever get it done. Mine put me down. They put me out of work for a few days sometimes. Like right now it's been day 3. I've been trying to relax them. Oh, this is important. This is going to be important as part of the video. This is, I don't know if I give it away right now or not, this part, but maybe I already did. Let's just leave it as a hint right now. You guys can, that pen and that piece of board. This is the gate. The gate sets back now. It sets back and it's inward. That's the gate that's approved per the drawings. Then we have the entrance ramp, if you will, and then the entrance ramp to the building that goes down the building. So this is kind of sloped upwards. It seems like they removed the survey from the, or maybe you guys can help me find it again. The survey from the public records. I was trying to find that guy's survey. He had a survey done, and he had a real survey of the building. I can't find it now. I misplaced it in my external hard drive that's now crashed, I think. A lot of content lost. I call this the marshmallow because you'll understand why. It looks like it comes through there. It comes through if you look at the video, you'll see that it looks like the concrete is coming through the gate, like a marshmallow thing. I'm still working on it at nighttime. I'll give you one version of it. I'll load up maybe with this one, showing you one version 1, and then I'll improve it. The field of view, this is scaled, even though it says it's scaled to 1/8 of an inch. It says 1/8. I put it at 1/8. It says it's, yeah. It uses a different scale, 3/32 somewhere. Who cares? It's 1/8 is what it comes out to. This is the 100, and this is our structure. It doesn't say the 135 units here, but as you can see, there's the radius of the corner, different than the other building. That's the best way to find it now, besides unit numbers, to verify this radius over here. Okay, so back to the angle of view, field of view for the lady. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit for you. That's zooming in. That's it then. All right, back to this deal here. Now, so this is 90 degrees to the building. This string line here. And I'm using the lines in the building to give me that 90 degree, as you can see here. And then I use the gate entrance as one of her positions, because she's always moving the camera in and out and shifting a little bit, even walked in, I believe, a couple of feet at one point. So here's our C. When we initially look down at, many people look down at and try to say column, etc. Well, that's looking from this position. She was not looking from this position. She was looking from approximately this position, and here's a C here lined up. So this would be our center point. Now the C is not quite center of the structure. I think it's on her field of view. It becomes the outside of the triangle, I believe. Anyway, it's pretty close. And so I use this and I see what we can observe. What I observe is we do see the two columns pretty evident, and that's the one with the yellow striping on it. Correction, I move pins around for, these pins will be explained. Yellow column pinned, yellow based, and that's the bottom. It's the driveway where they can turn and park in different spots. We assumed and made a video on saying that this is the car that was parked here. That is not correct. That car that's parked there, I think, is actually parked here. And we might be looking at the back license plate. It took me forever to load up software. I had to reverse my computer to scrap it. It was acting up anyway, damn way. Reverse my computer and put it back into a past tense of operating software. I couldn't go back all the way to my best operating software position, which is Lion, I think it is, on operating system. So I literally might buy an old computer where somebody still has Lion on it. And I think you can still find those. I'm still trying to find out if I can load up Lion. If I can load up Lion, I get access to more of my software. But this puts it to, I think this is the license plate we're looking at when we're looking down this. And the compression pulls it into about there and puts it on a bit of an angle, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like the car's on an angle? Well, that would explain it. Because it sees it on an angle, it shifts it and puts this car on an angle a little bit, compression-wise. Now, I think the concrete, of all things, we might be going back to this, the concrete might be way up here, back at the gate. I'm sorry, is that the gate? Yeah, this is the marshmallow thing, this orange. I got an orange here, but I'll show that to you. I'll explain it to you. All right, I would love to, I did this unbiasedly. In other words, I said field of view, took in the data, and I let the string, I put this pin here, making sure it crossed the field of view, what I think we could see, which would be part of this column here at one point. Maybe a little bit, maybe it was a little bit, maybe you could see up to here a little further. So let's grab this pin and let's move it over just a little bit more. In fact, you can see here, at one point, there's the end, okay, the gate. So she zooms in, all right. So she zooms in, I think at all time we can see the gate. So let me put it right outside the gate. That one I'm gonna move because the gate stops here. At one point she zoomed out, you can see just a little bit beyond the gate, but we're gonna put that one there. At this point, at one point, you can see the full gate over here. The gate goes to this wall here. So this one could get moved over to be able to observe the full gate. Right now, it is barely clipping the one we want to see. This is the M1110. Trying to focus, hold on. M1110. Okay, that got me, hold on. Was it me? I'm trying to see if it's my eyes or the damn camera. Okay, this camera. All right, so there it is, barely clipping it. Now, unbiasedly, I'll grab the pin and I'll move this over to be able to see the gate. Oh, I'm sorry, I was at the gate. Oh, the gate's up top. The gate's up top. See where the gate is? Her position doesn't change. So the lines will do there. So there's the gate. So I lined up with the gate. See, I'm just swinging it there. I'm not looking at the pin. And I pin it in a board. So I pin it in a board and I look at where it triangulates to. And son of a bitch. Well, this time it shows it just missing just outside the box. Correction, inside the box here, outside the column on this one. But totally there. A moment ago, if I just missed it, it was clipping there if you back up the video. So it's got its margin of error, and that is the gate. So here's the gate fully observed out to the very edge of it. Right there. All of the curb can be seen, but not beyond the gate much. I'll explain that, but I'm clipping the gate right there. And in this one, at one point we can see the gate over to this width. So here's our width. Our center line is here. So we look at our center line. It doesn't say it's the least amount of distortion because she's looking at it on an angle. She's not looking at the building square, she's on an angle. I have software that corrects that also. And I'll show you that, I don't know, in this video or the next. I'm going to end this video now because I'm trying to keep the videos under 15 minutes. And you know how long-winded we can get on this. Again, license plate. Here's your center lines. Here's that one. Oh, this pin and this pin. So we got some compression going on. So it's going to pull things forward and apparently laterally. So forward and laterally this way. I've got these columns coming just straight this way. In reality, everything went this way. I used the sign that was on here to take care of the distortion based on the sign proportions roughly to fix it. And things get shifted laterally, which would get this car shifting over, compressing further over to this column here. I believe it's a license plate. So the question is, 27, 26, where are they in is the question. Where are they home? Do you guys know who occupies space 27, 26? So we can remove them from the car formula. Were they home, 26 and 27? That's my question. Charles, you're pretty good at tracking down stuff. Sorry I didn't do your video yet. No, Charles sent me some good content links. Just been so busy, Charles. All right, so now you see what's going on here. So the camera's actually looking at it. So here's where it's square at the board. Let's get focused. All right. Now we're looking at the board sideways. You see the distortion? One is closer than the other. They start getting different. They lose their proportions. They actually maintain their proportions. We just can't. We got to figure out how the proportions are. So. Okay, to help you understand the concept, I set up 7-inch spacing, a ruler back here with 1-inch increments on it. Line the 1-inch increments right up to the front. 1-inch increments over to 8 inches. I lined it up with another ruler at the front, equally spaced. These are squared across from each other. 7 inches, it's just squared. So now let's look at it squared from down the 6-inch line. We see we're at the 6-inch line. So 6 is on that side of the line and 6 is on this side of the line. Same deal. Now let's change our angle, our view. Okay, I'm going to turn to the other direction. Let's maintain, let's shoot here. So the center of the camera is right about here, right? So about 2 3/4 inches. And the center of the camera back here lands about there. So center in the front, if I look at the front, let's see, right about here, 2 3/4, I would say roughly. Let's see, if I pull it down here, there's 8. So 2 3/4, it looks like 4, but I'm not sure if I would use 4. I'd probably use here, roughly about here, 2 3/4. And then the back, the center appears to be about here. So about there. Now, let me get the right scale. Okay. So there we see in the back, let me see if we lower it down some. In the back, look at the top ruler. It shows about 7 inches over to that 12. Over to the 12. Right about there. Maybe a little bit more then. So instead of 12, maybe I should go to... Okay, I lost my... I'm trying to look for the top right here. I'm trying to lower it down. And I shouldn't, rather. It should be, it changes in each position, so I'll stay there. 10. And 10 is right about there. Let's see if 10 puts it out to the edge. Not quite. Not quite. So somewhere about this mark then, I will put it at this mark, which is an 8. And let's see if we can push that 8. And that mark is around 7 inches. And yeah, that's about right. So there's 7. At the top of the center line's about 7. And over here, the center line is about 3 3/4. Hold on, focusing issues. 3 3/4. So now we do our triangulation angle. This is the field of view. But you can see that it gets way off. That you're not looking at straight down the ramp. You're actually looking at an angle. An angle of things. So even if you see the column there, the column is presenting at a different location. Here is our 3, for example. Let's go back to there. Squared up in front of the 3 3/4, let's say, would be over here. That would be what's squared with the camera. With the front part of the image at the gate would be over here. And things further in change. Everything changes. So if I wanted to find what was at the gate here, I would have to look over here. Not it wouldn't be there. So there is the, see this, so that would be the column row, let's say. And the distortion, and we talked about distortion, hold on. So the distortion takes place with compression the further you get away. And she is approximately 84 feet. It's focusing from this point to here, 84 feet. And then it's an additional, trying to focus the screen, guys, sorry. Okay, there we go. It's approximately 84 feet to there. I counted this driveway and the angle. Not this distance, but this distance. And then from here, where it hits the gate, there to here is 64 feet. When I did them, oh shoot. Was it that one, my 64? Pausing. 64 feet to here. That's the first column that we can observe. So I'll give you a rough idea. And it's the 1/8 inch scale. And 64 feet. That's approximately the distance from here to here. So to go from there to there, the camera is going to be wider. And now the distance changes back to from that's the plane, that's the line of sight. It changes over. See, I move the string, so I go from that side to there, and I'm off the ruler. I'm at over 100 feet to get to there. So this column is about 180 feet away from her field of view, and this one is somewhere about 150. I'm sorry, that's this column here, and then this one is the other one that's the other part of the BMA. So this is the one that's out that we can see punctured through the deck. This one we can identify. This one. This one we cannot identify. I lost a pin. And so that line, plane of line of sight is somewhere about 84 feet. So 84 feet, 64 feet to the first one. Let's do that. I know I'm jumping around here, but I want you guys to see it live. 64 to this one. I think it's 64 to the 84 or 64. Yep, 84. 84 to this one. And that's that pin there. And I lost another pin. Keep knocking them out. Hold on. So again, we have 84 feet to there. And then from there, another 64 feet to hit this one. And then another 84 feet to hit this pin location. So we've got 168 feet to this location that we need to do in the dark, pull it in. But we have lighting here. There's that BMA, right? The BMA there. Very telling in itself because the lighting is here. And we can see a lot of the surface, but we can't see beyond it. So the lighting, unless there's lateral lighting from here and here that's still active, but if I believe this circuit is going this direction. So if we have lighting on here, then that means this lighting, the light in the ceiling is still golden. If the light in the ceiling is still golden, that means we don't really come in here yet unless we got another path of electrical lighting here. We see some lighting and it drifts down onto the surface of what we're trying to figure out. There's a spotlight here, and maybe one over here, but there's a spotlight here lighting the gate. All right, I'm going to add to this video. I just want to give you guys something to really soak up. The questions are 27 and 26, were they home? Can you guys tell me, can you triangulate who owns 27 and 26, were they home? Because I then have this car being compressed over to here, or this car being forced up into the dark. These two into the dark. But to see that plate, I think I need to get the line of sight to this plate. It could be this plate pulled over. Could be this plate shifted, pulled in this path, this direction. It's going to pull towards the line of sight, so it's going to pull that direction. This will be kind of tough because if I pull this car that line direction, I would get it here. Now, it could be this one here. It could be and there's actually a white car there or something like that, isn't it? That we see in the collapse. There's 3 vehicles here. Or do we see vehicles behind it is the question. Do you guys remember if vehicles are behind these? And if not, then we can get one of these cars to pull back. Now, we can also get one of these 2 cars to pull back. But it seems like the car that pulled back would be from here because it's about lined with the column and compression starts bringing things together. And I have another very interesting nighttime video I already did for you guys that I loaded up that will talk about this. So this would be the background data. You know the way I like doing it. First giving you background data and then showing you the real model. So this is the background data. And this is the model. This shows you about how you can look like you're looking at 3, but in reality it lines up with 7. That's our field of view. And the more we square up to the building, the more everything's are in line. This is what they show when they say the columns are here, including one other person copied my video and started all of a sudden saying he's a photographer and he knows about, depth of field and all this stuff. Well, he was shooting, I didn't see all of his videos, so a piece of it. He shot down here. I'm like, no, dude. You got to shoot this angle. You're still getting it wrong. And what's getting wrong is that the ramp, this is a ramp that is flat, somewhat flat right about there, pitches back towards the sidewalk, and then this ramp goes down. But remember my marshmallow thing. That's my tip for the future video. Think of marshmallows, and the tip is at the gate. So if somebody's trying to beat me to the video, 2 people might try, 2 or 3, 4 people might try to beat me to the video. Marshmallow. I've already figured out marshmallow. It's in the next video. Take care. Bye. Oh, and thanks again for you people that send me your cash. Again, it's not going to waste. It's going back into this damn software now. I got to run more software, more so than anything else right now. I'm going back. I got to, like I said, I might have to buy a used, I already bought the new Mac. That didn't work. That's going to have to go back to Costco. It wouldn't run any of my software. I mean, it ran none of it. I got what they came with it, and that was it. And everything else was obsolete. They maybe had to buy new software, and I'm not going to do that. I got too many. I got thousands of dollars in software that I need to recover in an old computer, not a new one. All right, here we go.